I'm with Make, and I'm going to talk about the BeagleBone Black. Have you guys heard about it? Yes? Okay, you've heard about it. So I've got one right here, and it's going to be serving up all the content you see. So if you're in if I'm in Chrome, that's coming from the BeagleBone. So big stress here is user experience, right? You get the product, you want to play with it. What do you need? You've got everything included. So you've got this cable and the BeagleBone. This thing on top is it's a Circuit Co. Prototype shield. So we're gonna walk you through. If you don't know, the dog is named Boris Hound Leroy. I actually was Boris on Friday. We went to Good Morning America. I had a big suit on. It was great. Really, it was. Very warm. So Boris turned 5. A lot of people don't know this, that Boris is actually, Beagle boards have been around for a long time. 5 years, that's a pretty long time in technology. They started out as larger square boards. They were more expensive. Now they're all the way down to fit in an Altoids can. I have mine in a little container here that I can just take and throw and drop it and step on it, no big deal. So they're very portable. So, and it's running a TI Satara chip, which is the same thing in the EV3. So it's kind of cool. You kind of have access to what TI has in the EV3. It's a gigahertz, so it's very quick. It's got 512 megs of RAM, and we'll just go through. You can see all that stuff. There's an eMMC, so you don't need an SD card out of box. It's already flashed with Linux with an Angstrom distribution. So everything I'm showing you today is out of box. I haven't really done it. I mean, I have done things, don't get me wrong, but it's the out of box experience that you will have if you go to the shed and get a Beagle board or BeagleBone. So, scary schematic, right? Very scary. The BeagleBone is open hardware. So what that means is you have access to this schematic. I didn't sign an NDA to get it. It's available. Not just the schematic, it's also the BOM, so the list of all the parts that are on the board. I can buy all the parts. I can actually buy the Satara processor. Now my soldering skills aren't good enough to put together something like this, but. So let's get to the experience that you're gonna have when you load up. So notice the 192 address, right? So that is being served up over the USB from the BeagleBone, and we can start playing around with it. So I'm not on the internet at all. There are a lot of great ways to learn about the BeagleBone in the functions here. So if I wanted to get platform, you notice the green, it shows that I'm connected to my board. In fact, you can go to beagleboard.org, brought this to remind you guys, and you will have the same experience. If your board is connected to your host, to your PC, it will come up and show this green bar, and you can start interacting with it or using BoneScript, which is a Node.js library that Jason Kreidner, who's right over there, everyone look, Jason. So Jason's the co-founder of BeagleBoard, and yeah, so look at him, not me. But so I can just run it here, and I get information. And I can start playing with other things. So I can go down, and there are demos. So we all want to build things, right? We're all makers here. So I've built a little simple temperature sensor here. And you can see all the code. I didn't write any of it, right? I'm not a coder. I'm a liberal arts guy. And here's the circuit, the fritzing, very easy. I've got my wires. I don't know, can you guys see the overhead camera? I can't see. And it tells me what pins to connect it to. The nomenclature is a little different because there are so many GPIO. So you can see these rails. That's a lot of input and output. It tells me how to do that. I can click. Oh, technical issues here. So if I click run, hopefully, I don't know. So, oh, there we go. So I'm looking at my fritzing, I've got my little circuit built out, and I can click run, and it'll give me my temperature. I don't know if we can, how do I switch to show them my screen, or is it? Okay, VGA. Okay, so you can see the output right here where my mouse is. So it is 78 degrees. That seems a little inaccurate, but that's okay because I can go in, look at the code, and start making adjustments, right? So I can actually interface with the JavaScript here. There's something else called Google Coder that some of you may have heard if you're into Raspberry Pi. That runs on the BeagleBone, but that right now isn't out of box. And what I wanted to show you is all the possibilities out of box. There's another, there's an IDE that runs. It's called Cloud9. So I'm running short on time, but I can show you guys that. So that's loading up. Again, note the IP address. That's running locally off of my BeagleBone. I can do a little tutorial or just the editor, please. So, you know, I have a few pre-built JavaScript code, and one cool thing here that everyone should know is you guys see the auto run right up here? If you put one of your JavaScript codes in there, it will run at boot. So you can just plug it in remotely, not have to have a display, and whatever you've got in there runs. And so that's great because you can put it out in the field and do a temperature reading away from your house, or you could have a little Wi-Fi repeater, whatever you want. It really makes it a lot easier to just experience coding. And it's all code. So this is all JavaScript, but you can access the GPIOs with Python, with C. It's a full Linux distribution called Angstrom, but Ubuntu boots on it. You could even run Windows CE. I don't know why you would, but you can. You can run BSD. And there are images that you put on your card, and you flash the eMMC, and then it just boots to it. So what could be better? You know, you can take it with you in a little tiny box and code and have fun. My favorite thing is I don't need a monitor. I'm only using a USB cable to show you all of this. Well, lots of high-tech audio video stuff to show you, but if I just had a USB cable, I could go out into the wild and program, you know, in the wild with the animals, and that would be great. So you guys should check it out. There are a lot of exciting projects. There's a guy doing an FPGA cape. That's a cape is whatever rides on top of the Beagle. It's kind of like a shield. You can think of that as it's just using its own language because it's its own thing. So hopefully, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask me. I guess I can put up a little slide. And Boris is awesome. He's super cute. And so I think we have. Do we have Boris stickers? Jason, do we have Boris stickers? All right, we have Boris stickers, so everyone grab Boris stickers from Tara back there because they're awesome. And thanks for coming out, and I will be doing this again, and I'll be an old pro next time. So thanks a lot, and go Beagle.